10 Great Ways to Deal with Difficult People. Whether it's your boss, a neighbor, a friend, a partner/spouse, a landlord, a coworker, or the random guy behind you in line at the supermarket, dealing with a difficult person can be very stressful and emotionally draining. Unfortunately, we cannot control other people's actions, but what we can definitely control is how we choose to deal with them. No matter whose fault it is, ultimately interpersonal drama/conflict can be very damaging to your precious emotional and physical health, so it would be very beneficial to you to learn some ways to properly deal with difficult people. In this article, I will present some great solutions on how to deal with the difficult people in your life, and how to mitigate the negative impact it has on you. 1. Prepare yourself. If you know you are going to encounter this person, and you know what type of interaction typically causes conflict between you two, then prepare yourself mentally for the interaction. Many times interpersonal conflict stems from unexpected encounters/drama, but if you mentally/practically prepare yourself for the situation, you'll potentially be mitigating the negative effects of the encounter. You can even proactively set expectations with them. For example, if it's a family member, and you'll be seeing each other on Thanksgiving, you can reach out before dinner and say, "Hey, I know we don't always see eye to eye, but for the sake of everyone else, can we just agree to be cool with each other for tonight?" I would really love that. You will be surprised how well they may actually take that, and how much potential conflict can be easily avoided. 2. Take a step back. If this person has just been difficult to you, then reacting harshly, which is what your gut reaction will be, may cause even more drama and conflict. The best thing to do is, whether in person or on the phone, to try to remove yourself from the current situation and take a few seconds to collect yourself, inhale a deep breath, think, and count to 10. You can even say, "Sorry, I need a minute to get my head together." Take the time you need to think clearly, and if, when you are ready, respond in a polite, respectful, but assertive manner. 3. Have a candid and respectful conversation. As hard as it is, the number one best way to try to deal with a difficult person is to have a candid and respectful conversation with them. It may be the hardest thing for you to do, especially if you are introverted, have low self-esteem, or just hate confrontation in general, but this is the strategy that will accomplish the most. Many times, people aren't even aware that they are being difficult, so unless you talk to them about it, it will never stop. What makes more sense, doing the hard thing now, having the conversation, and having it easy in the future, resolving the conflict? Or doing the easy thing now, keeping quiet, and having it hard in the future, continuing the conflict? I think you know the answer. Here are some ways to make the conversation easier and more productive. Set expectations. Before having a conversation, it's really important to set expectations for the conversation. It would be a mistake to randomly confront a coworker in the break room because most likely they will get defensive/more upset at you. You have to show them respect and request from them a time to talk. Also, it's a good idea to give a time limit to the conversation so that neither of you is locked in. If things are going well, great, continue the conversation. If not, then you can just leave after the time limit. For example, send them an email/text so they can respond on their own time/when they are ready. "I really don't like that we have been in conflict, and I assume you don't like it as well. Can we please meet up after work at the Al Bar and talk for 30 minutes? I would really love to resolve things with you." Throw yourself under the bus if you make them the bad guy by accusing them or calling them out. They will just get defensive and probably won't get anywhere. A great way to open dialogue is to make yourself the bad guy and say something like, "Hey, I know I can be annoying/insensitive sometimes, and I feel like maybe you have been the recipient of that shortcoming. Are we cool, or have I been doing something that's bothering you?" This takes some of the pressure off the other party and actually allows you to figure out what's been going on/their perspective. Focus on the situation, not the person. Many times when we are dealing with a difficult person, we focus on them and how bad they are. When talking it out with them, try to focus on what happened / what they are doing, instead of who they are. This will cause them to become more upset with you and maybe even treat you worse. Keep the conversation logical, not emotional, otherwise, it will probably just escalate into more drama. Find common interests. A great way to connect with someone who has been difficult is to find things you are both into. This will align you more on the same side, instead of going head to head. Be nice to them. As hard as it may be, the best way to communicate is with kindness. Do/say nice things to them, as a way to be able to open a dialogue that will be more conducive to resolving the conflict. Use compassion. Try to understand them and what they may be going through. While it may feel like what they're doing to you is personal, it may be coming from a different/deeper reason. Understanding their situation properly may take the sting off what they are doing to you. You can even respectfully ask them something like, "I noticed you seem stressed and are doing fill in the blank _ Is there something going on that's bothering you? I would love to help if I can." Talk in the positive instead of saying stop doing negative _ Say I would appreciate it if you did positive _ 4. Ask for a favor. An interesting way for you to make amends / make things cooler between you and a person you are having a hard time with is to ask them for a favor. It quickly and easily changes the relationship dynamic by making you both feel more aligned. Obviously, use caution with this strategy. If there is a chance, it may just escalate the tension and conflict. This can be something as simple as asking for a movie recommendation or advice about something you may need help with. 5. Work on yourself. This is a super important aspect of dealing with difficult people. We have to look internally at the things we may be doing negatively to ourselves and ultimately to others. Many times we can be on edge, impatient, and irritable with other people, only because we aren't feeling good about ourselves. When our self-esteem is down, we become much more sensitive, and many more things bother us. Working on yourself in these areas can really help you be less affected by what other people do and say. Physical well-being. Exercising is a great way to feel physically and emotionally better about yourself. Giving. Working on becoming more giving can improve your mood and your attitude towards other people. You don't have to give thousands of dollars to charity or help your great-aunt Gertrude clean out her entire house. You can even do small things like texting good morning to an old friend or buying a homeless person a donut. Self-awareness. It's a good practice to have an honest look in the mirror once in a while and analyze your actions. It's very possible that you are the difficult person and may not even realize it. Recall your actions / interactions and think about how you can improve your interpersonal skills. Your values. If we value the wrong things, such as validation and being liked by everyone, then it can lead us to do / say things with the goal of getting specific reactions from people. When you don't get that reaction, it can be a big source of stress and unhappiness. You have to reassess your values and realize your time, money, and emotions are limited, so utilize them on things that you actually value: your freedom, career, health, family, positive relationships, etc., and not tie up your happiness in other people's reactions. 6. Resolve the situation. Many times conflict with difficult people results from a very specific situation. This is very common between neighbors and coworkers. If you would just solve the specific problem together, it would save both of you much wasted time and unnecessary stress. Obviously, this may be difficult to do, but if done correctly, following the guidelines of number 3, this can be a great way to avoid any future conflict. Please note that this may mean you have to give in / compromise, so mentally prepare yourself for that, and be willing to make those compromises for the sake of avoiding conflict / stress. 7. Analyze reward versus conflict. Typically, people are very set in their ways, and nothing you do or say will change their minds. If you are having difficulty with someone, you must analyze the benefits versus detriment of fighting with them. You never want to be in a situation where the drama was worse than the thing you were fighting about. If, for example, Mike keeps taking your spot in the fridge, and you spend hours stressing and fighting with him about it, was it really worth it? Just pick a different spot and move on. You have enough on your plate to deal with, and only have some much time and emotional energy. Choose your battles wisely. 8. Use it as a tool to improve yourself. Avoiding conflict can be harmful to you because if you keep things inside, you will constantly feel stressed and anxious, and it can have a, potentially irreversible, effect on your physical and mental health. Additionally, you can easily become that guy who everyone takes advantage of and abuses. Learning to confront difficult people to resolve conflict can be one of the most empowering things you can do, and is a great way to really boost your self-esteem/happiness. Start with smaller more easy conflicts for practice and show yourself you can do it. 9. Realize what is in/out of your control. Unfortunately, there are some scenarios in which the outcome may be totally out of our control. In those cases, the fighting and drama are totally pointless and nothing positive will come out of it. For example, if your landlord tells you he's selling the building and you have to move, together with 8 years of your vintage record collection, there's typically nothing you can do/say that will change his mind. The best thing to do in those scenarios is to accept the outcome and do your best to see the benefits/make the best of it. In the landlord case, for example, focusing on finally being able to declutter and maybe getting to live in a better/more interesting place. 10. Avoid the situation. If you can avoid or ignore this person, then you should definitely try to do that. There is no point in purposely making contact with them and initiating drama. Even if it means you have to go out of your way, the benefits of not interacting with them could outweigh the time/energy lost by avoiding/ignoring them. Please note that this is not the ideal strategy, and does not solve the problem. This may work for someone who does not deal with confrontation and fighting. Bonus tip: pepper spray. Pepper spray them in the freaking face. Boom. Problem solved. Actually, do not do this, it's a waste of pepper spray. In summation, having interpersonal challenges with difficult people can be very damaging to our mental/emotional health, so it would be in our interest to learn how to deal with them better. We can't change them, only us. Hopefully, the 10 strategies detailed above will help you resolve/deal better with your interpersonal challenge. I know you have one, otherwise, why would you be reading this? Action steps. Choose the one strategy that seems most aligned with your personality/specific situation, and give it a go. You miss 100% of the shots you never take. Man up. Good luck.